Panasonic manufactures and markets a variety of consumer electronics products, and we love talking about their goodies. They're always introducing some fun new things to talk about. Public Relations Strategist. I like that title. A little something different for a change. For Panasonic is Jeff Samuels. Jeff, welcome into Tomorrow. How are you, sir?
I'm great, Dave. How are you doing today?
Doing just fine. One of the things I had to ask you about was something that we're seeing in the Panasonic exhibit, always one of the biggest at CES, Deep 1080p Plasma, and a whole lineup of some cool new sets and so forth. What is Deep 1080p?
Well, by that we really mean the line itself is deep. We have the deepest line of 1080p plasmas.
Gotcha.
We start from 42. We've introduced a new size this year, a 46-inch plasma, 50-inch, 58, 65, and of course the Big Daddy, the 103.
Yeah, and even a further Big Daddy. But wait, drum roll.
I like to say one thing. A lot of people, when we showed the 103 2 years ago, of course, people said, oh, it's just conceptual, like a lot of manufacturers do, will never come to market. Well, we've sold thousands of them at $70,000. Most of the sports teams in your home state, the Miami Heat bought a bunch of them, as did the Dolphins.
Wow.
And the 150, although we don't have price or availability yet, we can guarantee it is a real product and it will be available within the near future.
Yeah, so you're not just doing a prototype and saying, look how cool this is, and then nobody, even if they could afford it, could ever buy it.
Well, we discovered the 103. There's a market out there between businesses, corporations, and let's face it, there are people out there that can afford it.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a market. I'd love one, but I don't think I can third mortgage the house to get it.
Well, for example, Mark Cuban was the first consumer to buy one.
Yeah, he's got enough billions that it wouldn't, it's just chump change.
That's what they say, yes. And I'd like to say the same technology that's in 103 goes all the way down the line. And this year we've reintroduced the sub-brand Viera to refer to our entire line of flat panels, including our LCD flat panels.
Oh,
and we also have a new size in LCD. Before we had just a 26 and a 32, we've introduced a 37-inch LCD this year.
Gotcha.
So we literally go from 26 to 150 now.
There you go. And of course, that deep line of plasma goodies. You mentioned a new 46-inch. What determines the sizes? I mean, did you find that some consumers say, you know what, if I could only get this size, it would fit where I need it, and there's enough folks that say do it, so Panasonic says, fine, we'll make one?
Exactly. I mean, obviously, big corporations, whatever, you do a lot of focus groups, a lot of marketing surveys, and we found that there was a need for something in between 42 and 50. What was happening, 42 had been the sweet spot for a long time, and you're finding as prices keep falling, it's migrating to 50.
Yeah.
And we also found that people just wanted another size, and we just forced 46 seemed to fit in there.
That's true. It is true. Bigger is better.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, especially as it relates to your television display.
It's a family program, so we'll keep the television.
That's for sure. And then what goes on in Vegas doesn't necessarily stay here, like this show. We got to get it out. Panasonic's Living in High Definition program, and some cool things where you guys are doing some things, bringing back family time program.
Well, we're a firm believer that one of the problems with technology is it creates a lot of disconnect. You know, you've got the kid with the iPod in one room, somebody else in another room watching TV, somebody on the computer. We firmly believe that the TV can become the digital hearth, as we're calling, can become the central focus. Because of that, we've done a lot of research. We've developed a program, Living in High Definition, in which we're actually seeding families around the country with a suite of products, including 2 plasma televisions, LCD television, a Toughbook computer, SD camcorders. We're even giving them a Wii. And then we're actually going to study them. We want to find out how high definition, since it's the term in everybody's minds, and we know that everything's going digital in 2009, how it's going to change people's lives. We want to see how it does it.
Well, the obvious question is, how does my family become one of those families, or any of our listeners? Because everybody's saying, well, that's cool. Now, how do we apply?
Go to our website, which is Panasonic.com. Click on Living High Definition Program, and then all the rules and regulations will be there. I won't bore you going through all the statistics, but anybody can enter. We're just looking for creativity and what technology would mean to you living in high definition.
Wow.
And what we do ask people to do, there is a little caveat too. We're not just giving it to you. You've got to do something. You've got to work.
Of course.
We want you to create your own little videos. And we also are working with a fellow Miamian, Brett Ratner, the director from Rush Hour and X-Men. He's our creative consultant. And he will be supervising of making of a documentary on how people utilize technology.
Wow. So how many families are you looking for this program?
At the moment, we have 17. We will have 30 by March. And the goal is to have up to 100 eventually.
Wow. So there's hope for our listeners as well.
There is hope. There is hope. But I'm telling you, it is spectacular. And if you go on the website, you will also be able to see video of some of the families involved in it and get an idea of what they're doing creatively with it.
Good. And how you might do something a little different to be more creative and get more attention.
Exactly.
I'm loving it. Panasonic.com for that. Now, tell us, Jeff, if you would, about the world's smallest HD SD card-based camcorder. Now, here's a new innovation for us.
Well, it's kind of interesting. We just talked a moment ago about the world's largest plasma.
Yeah.
Now we have the world's smallest HD camcorder. Because it records to an SD card and a high capacity 32 gigabyte SD card, there's no moving parts. It's about the size of an iPhone, weighs 6 ounces.
Wow.
It can record on this high capacity SD card up to 5.5 hours of high definition video.
5.5 hours of
Yep.
HD video.
And what's really cool is every one of our plasmas and LCD, for example, or Vieras actually, have a built-in SD card slot. So you can actually take that SD card out of your camera, directly into the TV and view it on the TV.
The first time you showed me that, it did blow me away. Something that simple, and one would think, well, geez, we thought it'd be impressive, but everybody gets excited about that. We all take thousands of digital pictures now because we can. Pull out that SD card and throw it in the front of your plasma. How cool is that to be able to immediately show your pictures? No other equipment, no cabling, none of this other nonsense. Put the SD card in it. They're there.
Exactly. No tape, no wires. Instant gratification.
Yeah. That's unbelievable. Anything new in the SD card arena in general?
Well, like I said, we're about to introduce a 32 gigabyte SD card, which will allow that. That'll come out, I believe, in April.
Okay. So we'll look for that, and of course that can be used not only for the camcorder, but everything else, maybe a lot of audio or other things.
Well, in addition to all the Viera flat panels, our new Blu-ray player has an SD card slot also, which will read the video codec. So if, God forbid, you don't own a Panasonic plasma, and you have
I couldn't imagine.
We know it's impossible, but just in case you have another brand television, you can use the Blu-ray player as a bridge and still get that feature. Still be able to put the SD card in the Blu-ray player and view it on your...
Sure, it's already wired up, already connected,
Exactly.
so take advantage of that same kind of ease. Panasonic.com for more info. Jeff, a delight to have you with us. We'll let you get back to your busy booth. No more resting, no more sitting down. You're back to work. Thank you, sir.
Always a pleasure, Dave.
All righty,
Good to
Jeff
see you again.
Samuels, Public Relations Strategist with Panasonic at Panasonic.com. We're back with more. I'm Dave Graveline. This is Into Tomorrow on the Advanced Media Network from the International Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. Don't go away.